Welcome back, Mr. Goodberry. The First Star Logistics studio is fully equipped and ready to record.
Your Cincinnati Bengals are now 1-2 after clawing out a 19-16 victory over the LA Rams on Monday Night Football, led by a hobbled Joe Burrow, who gutted it out and played through injury. Bengals might be on the right track if they can keep Burrow protected and keep him healthy. This is Bengals on the Brain. I'm Joe Goodberry. As always, this show is brought to new heights by First Star Logistics, my partner, and the people that brought me out there. I got to go see the game, got to go down to Cincinnati and see the White Tiger, the White Bengals, the Ring of Honor, Chad Johnson, Boomer Esiason, the awesome atmosphere. I haven't missed a White Bengal game yet. And seeing the guys go in the ring is pretty awesome as well. I sat in the First Star Logistics suite, posted a lot of clips of that on Twitter and Instagram. If you have not seen those, it was a good time and a lot of, man, listen, I've been a Bengals fan a long time. Some of my high school memories of watching Chad Johnson, TJ Houshmandzadeh in that era, that team, to watch Chad go into the Ring of Honor on that night was special. But to experience it with TJ Houshmandzadeh, that was a dream come true. I'm sure a lot of you would love to switch places with me there in the First Star suite and have an opportunity to sit with that guy and sit with somebody that you looked up to as a kid, and then to hear him break down plays. And I'm sitting next to him, standing next to him, and like, oh yeah, what are they doing here? Or how would they attack this? And he's, the guy obviously knows his stuff. He's still training players and still working with young, talented receivers. He worked with Puka Nakua, who the Bengals kept in check for the most part. But yeah, that was just, man, dreams come true when you can do things like that. And Drake Kirkpatrick was in there, Gary Owen, Pac-Man Jones, other people, other awesome, cool lifetime experiences. Anytime I'm with First Star, it seems like it's fun, man. That's just me talking. That's not, I'm not, obviously they're not selling you nothing, but we did give away 2 PlayStations. Both the guys follow me on Twitter. Listen, if you're not following at Joe Goodberry, if you're not following First Star Logistics, you are missing out. We're going to get to the film. I think this week's the WWE belt, which I picked up, and that thing was like 30 pounds at least. We're going to get to the film. I just had so much fun in Cincinnati. I wanted to take a couple minutes and thank those guys. Thanks, Kevin, everyone from First Star, for continuing to blow it out of the water every time we get together. The film. Are the Bengals making adjustments? Are they scheming guys open? Are they evolving on offense? Is there enough hope that this is trending in the right direction if Burrow stays healthy? I think so. And then we'll go to the defense, who had a standout performance. I knew they'd be all right as soon as the offense got any type of lead. And when they did, the defense stood up and showed their teeth finally and looked like a championship caliber defense. So let's get to the film. Let's watch it. Let's break it down. Let's see what's going on with this 2023 Bengals after 3 weeks. All right, we'll start with the offensive film as we do. And right away here on the first drive for the Bengals, what are they trying to set up? What's new? What can we take away? Can we putting guys in motion and snapping the ball while they're in motion? Oh, man, I like it. And let me tell you why I like it, okay? Because the things it does to the defense when you snap this while a guy is in motion. Because you're going to see here, now he's got to slide over. This is the outside corner, and this far side safety is going to slide with him. Because they were both kind of previously just going to bracket Ja'Marr Chase. They're both had eyes on Chase, like, we're going to double him. But when the Bengals bring over the tight end in motion, and they're like, yeah, I'll bring this guy and we're going to send him off this way. Well, now the Rams have to respect it. This guy's got to take it. And yeah, this linebacker's going to drop into coverage. That's not an issue for Ja'Marr Chase. But now this safety is basically the guy that's going to be responsible for Ja'Marr Chase, which I like. We like safeties on our star receivers, right? So that's a plus. You bring this guy in motion, you snap it at it, everyone drops back, and look at the window around Chase. Okay, because clearly they look like they're still running this defense as if Jamar Chase is going to be that outside boundary receiver and not really moving before the snap. And he doesn't move before the snap, but Tanner Hudson does. Charlie Jones is going to come across the formation from the slot. I noticed him right away in the huddle, and I said, "Whoa, look at him! Why is he out there instead of Tyler Boyd? Did Tyler Boyd get hurt?" Nope, it was just a schemed play that they drew up that they wanted to run in their offensive script to start the game. So you see Hudson in motion. Watch these two second-level defenders for the Rams. Watch how they go with the play action, right? The run's going that way. They kind of all drift with it. And no one's really on the backside. No one's really accounting for Charlie Jones coming across. Let's watch Tanner Hudson on this play. So Tanner Hudson, Irv Smith was down, obviously. Tanner Hudson gets called up from the practice squad. He may find himself staying there. Let's watch how he's giving a little fake to 97. Like, I'm not going to block you. I'm going to climb up and get the linebacker. Slow him down. We talked about this when Irv Smith and Jonah Williams on that first play against Adair Smith versus the Browns. But the Bengals, so how do they take care of 97 then? If Tanner Hudson's going to go up and get that linebacker, they're going to pull Alex Cappa from the right side and bring him all the way to the left, and he's going to stone that D end. And what it does, it's going to make a nice little wall there. If 75, Orlando Brown can climb up and get this linebacker, Mixon should be able to hit that hole and pick up a big chunk. Ends up being a solid gain, but not as crazy as it probably could have been. Probably needed a cleaner cut up here instead of such a wide cut. And then Aaron Donald being a freak coming from the other side and making a play. He's not supposed to be there. All right, again, we've got motion at the snap. Look at these two guys drift away from Jamar Chase. And I like it too because look how fast T. Higgins is coming off that snap, right? He gets a running head start on this. This is almost like CFL stuff. And then you've got Jamar Chase running the out route from the slot with a linebacker on him. And the ball gets tipped. That's why it floated in the air the way it did. But what you're getting is, again, Jamar Chase with a linebacker on him, or at the very most, a bracket between a linebacker and a safety. We'll take that all day long. So, again, we got some pre-snap motion at the snap. And, yeah, it gets tipped there. You see it gets tipped into the air. That could have been real bad. But we haven't really dealt with that this year too much, the tipped and the batted balls from Joe Burrow, despite him getting the ball out as quick as he has. All right, now Tyler Boyd's in motion. We got the same thing again. What do you think? I think we could. Yep. So exactly like it was before, that boundary corner goes with Boyd. The safety takes Jamar Chase, and he can't cover him. He's slipping and falling. He can't get up. And you see it's just an easy pitch and catch. And this might actually even be an RPO if he's rating 53, who's run blitzing here anyway. So he just pulls it out real quick and flips it to Jamar Chase. Pitch and catch. Easy, schemed stuff to get your weapons the ball in space and keep them happy early in the game. We've got two-man trail here. Let's go back. So what is two-man trail? Why is it effective? Let's use purple. All right, so we've got two deep safeties. These two guys are going to play deep. This guy's going to actually end up coming this way with it, but it doesn't matter. They're both playing the deep portions of the field. You got man coverage across, it appears at least. And we're going to focus on Jamar Chase and his route. And it's almost like we call this a bench, where he's going to try and attack in front of the safety and behind this corner here that's playing man-to-man with Jamar Chase. And what I mean by two-man trail, so the two is how many deep guys do you have? We have two deep safeties, correct? And then trail on the side is he's okay getting beat down the field, and he's going to try and mirror from the back half or the back inside hip in order to make it really look like a true bracket coverage where you've got, hey, this guy's over top, this guy's underneath. And what Chase will do is as he gets up to this point, he may even, if this safety is staring Chase down, instead the safety looks like he's got his eyes in the backfield, cheating a little bit, slowing himself down. But if he's staring Chase down, Chase will almost act like he's trying to shake this guy at the top of his route. That's what he did against the Titans in that playoff game to end it when they needed a big play right before the game was over, or right before they kicked the field goal by Evan McPherson. Good time ball, good place ball by Joe Burrow, and these two are cooking early in this game. Hey, look who's the up back right here. Look who's picking up in protection. That's Drew Sample. Drew Sample is the third down back on more than a handful of plays in this game. I don't know if that means he's really good or if it means that the running back position was not adequately addressed. And what is quarters? Cover 4. You can call it either way. I don't want to confuse it with the Madden term of quarter package. But cover 4. We've got 4 deep defensive backs. Right? This is a shell coverage. You use it to keep things from getting too deep. Don't let the Bengals dunk over your head with T. Higgins and gritty with Jamar Chase. So you play this, and it was giving the Bengals issues for the first quarter at least of this game. So a good way to attack it then is to have longer routes if you possibly can, because the rules of it is we're going to draw a line here. Anyone that gets past this line, each one of these guys are going to cover them almost like it's man coverage. If you get into their quadrant of the field, they'll play it like it's man coverage. Anyone in front of this line, the linebackers will take them, and the nickel corner will take them. So it's kind of like the defense has their communication in the rules and it has to work. So how do you get this guy away from you? Best way to do it is to run past that imaginary line, step on his toes. So now you're going to get this corner to bail because he thinks, well, you're going deep and I got to run with you. And then you snap it off if you're Jamar Chase once he opens his hips and flips to try to run downfield. So the Bengals start incorporating some longer, developing, and deeper routes in order to get that corner to open up, or at least feel like he's about to. And then Chase runs that speed out, catches the ball 2 feet in, lets him know about it too. He's starting to feel it. It's good to see Jamar Chase feeling it again because after the first 2 weeks, obviously looked a little frustrated, and now we're seeing it with T. Higgins. You got to get these guys involved early. They need the ball early. The Bengals made an effort to do that with Jamar Chase. We got a nice seam pass down the middle to Tanner Hudson, 87, making plays, making blocks, making plays. Why does this play work so well? Again, I believe we've got quarters coverage here. Best way to tell pre-snap is the way these guys are kind of off. And these guys especially are off, or their eyes will be peering towards the quarterback. Okay. So let's clear this and press play and watch how they develop. We're going to watch Hudson though. So let's finish that. Hudson's going to stem it out and then bring it back in. He's going to get pushed out. He's going to get jammed out a little bit, but I think he's 100% okay with that. So as we see here, he's getting jammed to the outside. And what this does to this far side safety is he's like, okay, both these guys are running outside routes. Maybe we got 4 verts going on. So I can start cheating a little bit this way. And I think especially after Hudson gets pushed, he believes he can do that. And Hudson instantly snaps it back inside, vacated area, nice window, wide open for Joe Burrow to make this throw. And you'll even watch, I believe it's 37 that's covering him here. 37, after he is past that imaginary blue line in the quarters coverage, he let him go because he's not his anymore. So you can beat that quarters coverage because you have that. There's kind of a void between the second level defenders and the third level defenders. And that's where the Bengals definitely start attacking, as we've got it again here. And what's nice about this is the Bengals are saying, okay, we need to start running some vertical routes. So we've got Higgins, we've got Boyd, and we've got Chase all on the same side. And Chase is going to be the guy coming out of the slot, and then he's going to cut underneath these guys. That was supposed to be an arrow. He's going to cut underneath because you only have 3 defenders out here for the Rams. So what is this? This safety out here, this guy's he's got a 15-yard cushion on Chase. He's going to break and cover this? Yeah, I doubt it. So let's let it roll and see just how open Jamar Chase gets on that. Wide open. All because we're running vertical routes. We got enough time. Hey, if the pass protection holds up and we're getting Chase in the slot and scheming him open like this, well, it works. And we can have a functioning offense. Time in the pocket. Look at that. He can step up, hit that back foot, step up, step in, lay the ball in there, let Chase be hard to tackle as he is. Red zone. Got to capitalize in the red zone. Not only do we need shot plays, we still need red zone opportunities to turn into touchdowns. And Joe Mixon punches it in. What I like about this is pre-snap, the Bengals have what they normally have, and it's kind of like they can check if they want to run a bubble screen on the backside. But the Rams here, clearly, when you have a guy directly over top the other guy, or you want to make the arrow go this way, either way, you should pretty much know that this guy's blitzing because you're not going to walk this defensive back right over top. You're not going to let 97 cover Jamar Chase anyway. So no one believes this. So as you can see, if we believe that guy's not even covering Jamar Chase, well, then what is he doing out here? Because there is really no one on this side of the defense. And we're going to end up seeing as Mixon goes this way and then cuts it back where there's nobody over there. And that's why the play ends up being so wide open because they're giving so much attention now to Jamar Chase in the slot. It's really good blocking. Mixon does a great job. He's very patient here, hits the hole, bursts through it, takes it into the end zone. So I'm not saying this is like Zach Taylor scheming it up. I think Orlando Brown does a really good job here as well. And as the run's going to go to our left, watch as Mixon cuts it to the left. We're pulling Alex Kappa again. He sees the wall again. This is very similar to the run we showed earlier on the first drive. And Orlando Brown is able this time to stay on his feet a little bit cleaner, a little bit more smooth, gets to the linebacker, seals him off. Watch Brown here, bumps into the end, gets a hand on 53, just enough to eclipse the defender and allow Mixon to cut behind him and into the open area. Hey, we got a little pistol action here. The Bengals will do this from time to time. They did it last week with Chase Brown. I broke that play down on Twitter. But also they did it to end this game too. So if you see Burrow up like this in this position and directly behind him, so he's in shotgun, but directly behind him, he's got a running back. They like to run wide zone and they like to run pitches and anything to get the ball to the outside in a running situation. And the Rams know this. So the Rams go, okay, they're going to run something here. And Burrow fakes the pitch and boots. Watch that safety. Watch this far side or near side to us, but far from the play, the other end of the play. He definitely goes in and thinks this is a run play because he takes multiple steps forward and then towards the middle of the field until he realizes, oh no, Burrow still has the ball and Jamar Chase is running wide open. This is the best scheme play of the night. Credit to Zach Taylor and the crew. Watch 97. He has no clue. He's hunting for that ball. He's going for the run completely. Burrow, who can't even move, untouched, clear. We got an explosive pass play, boys and girls. Look at that. That is fun. The offense showing a little bit of signs of life, showing that they can still get the ball to Jamar Chase. Let's see if they can get T. Higgins involved early. And, well, Higgins could meet them halfway with catching some of those passes as well. But signs of life on offense, signs that the offensive line will be okay. For the most part, they've struggled with Aaron Donald, but who doesn't? Scheming guys open, adding more to it, adding more pages, more layers, all while still having a hand behind their back because Burrow is so limited and dealing with so much pain and mobility issues out there. All in all, fine offensive output. Could have been better. Of course, you get one touchdown. You don't throw for a touchdown. You don't have the explosive plays you're looking for. But I think we're trending in the correct direction, even though it's not all there together. Again, it's still going to hinge on Burrow's health, but let's look at the defense. I think it's more interesting and more fun to watch them this week. All right, defensive film, and man, we're starting it from the goal line situation. Now, if you remember, they let Tutu Atwell get the reverse. He gets nudged out of bounds just slightly at the 2.5 yard line. This is bad news for the Bengals as their offense hasn't been able to do much. And, well, the defense wasn't looking so hot themselves, giving up explosive plays, and now their backs are against the wall. That's kind of how the Bengals have operated. With their backs against the wall, that's when they're at their best. So right away, we got a play action, and there is nowhere for Matt Stafford to go. The first sack of the night goes to DJ Reader, and they're all, what is that? They're shoveling, right? They're like grave digging right there. I mean, I think so. Let's watch Reader in the middle here as he breaks free and stunts almost with, yeah, that is what it was. It was a stunt with he and Logan Wilson. Let's watch it. Wilson's going to come around this way. Reader's going to come back to the middle and finish the play for the Cincinnati Bengals. But what was the coverage on the back half? Was there anyone open? Was there anywhere for Stafford to go with this ball? I don't think there was. Look at that sticky coverage, right? We're looking at, I mean, those guys are on top of each other on both sides here. And then if you wanted to make a throw here, Stafford, maybe you can get it over. I mean, Dax Hill is right there, man. He has eyes locked on the quarterback, spying. That looks like bad news if you're going to make that throw early in this game. You got 2 more downs. You can keep it moving. Look at these guys. I love it. I love the energy. Starting off right. They hold the Rams to a field goal after what looked like could have been a big drive, big opening drive. Dax Hill continues to make splash plays. His closing speed is bananas. There he is down on the right side of your screen, 23. Zoom in a little bit. Let's get close. Watch how this C opens up and he just fires. He doesn't think. He doesn't hesitate. He just fires and goes and makes the tackle in the backfield. These young guys, Lou Anarumo's got to be salivating looking at the way these guys have played so far. DJ Turner, Cam Taylor-Britt, Dax Hill. These guys are locking their guys up. And the way they're using Dax, just one-on-one with tight ends, and that allows you so much flexibility. Not a lot of teams can do that and feel that comfortable about it. And look at Cam Taylor-Britt, DJ Turner. They are swarming. They're painted on the back of their jersey. That's tight coverage. These guys are young, they're aggressive, and they are fast and athletic. And then you've got the extended captains, the veterans of the back half now in the linebacker room. Logan Wilson getting his 8th interception since being drafted. Trey Hendrickson's going to cut inside. Nick Scott's going to take the outside lane. And what this does is, as Hendrickson gets the pressure, yeah, Stafford thinks he might have a clear lane here to roll out and get this ball out. And then he sees Nick Scott. Scott takes the hit. And Logan Wilson dives in front of Van Jefferson to get the interception. Let's watch Logan Wilson from the other angle. He's going to open up Tampa 2, middle of the field coverage. He's going to open up to the strong side. And as he does, his eyes are still in the backfield. He's peeking. He sees Hendrickson's forcing the quarterback out. He flips his hips and sees Jefferson is the next target coming across the middle. He works his way over, gets in front, makes the interception. Smart play. Heady play by Logan Wilson. Plus, he's got good ball skills. I mean, it's a great combination, right? Do both of those things. Oh, we've got a sack. Dax Hill. We've seen this before, right? We've talked about this. When you bring everyone at the line, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That means you got 4 guys to play man across the board. This is called cover 0. Cover 0 because we have 0 deep defenders. Cover 1 is 1, 2 is 2, 3 is 3, 4 is 4. Cover 0, we've got 0 deep guys. So typically you're going to look for something, I assume the Rams are trying to maybe get a pick play here, or maybe this guy comes underneath and he goes across, but they're going to try and get someone open quickly and get the ball out of Matt Stafford's hands if they can pick up the blitz. But the Bengals are sending 7, and the Rams are only blocking with 6. So somebody's going to come free. That ball's got to come out. Dax Hill doesn't do anything special. He's just fast. He closes extremely quickly, makes a nice sound hit. But look, they've only got 6 blockers, and you're showing 7 potentially rushing. So keep an eye on Logan Wilson because he's not actually going to rush. He's going to drop back and take the center with him. Or is that the right guard? Either way, he's going to take a lineman with him. So it really ends up being 6 rushers on 5 blockers. And Dax Hill, coming from the right side here, is just going to rip off the line at the snap and just go directly through Matt Stafford. So quickly, we've got 2 plays behind the line of scrimmage for Dax Hill, for the young safety that's really looking like a difference maker for this defense. Now, Trey Hendrickson time. He's an elite edge rusher. There's nothing else you can really say about it. The guy, in obvious passing situations, just wins consistently around that arc. Oh, yeah. Want to look at coverage again? Dax, Cam Taylor, Britt Turner in their hip pockets again. They're all over him. And you got Hendrickson beating up bad tackles and just running the arc on him. No, I'm not taking anything away from Hendrickson. You should beat these guys like this. And he is. He's swatting those hands, cutting the corner, running the arc, and closing on the quarterback in a blink of an eye. He was all over the place. Trey Hendrickson had a performance. And what do we got here? We've got the other interception from Logan Wilson. And it kind of goes back to last week's episode. If you watch the defensive episode, I suggest you should. But obviously, clearly, I hope you're watching them all. But Hendrickson's going to take the inside path. This is very similar to the Knicks got going on the outside path. You're going to see instead this time it is Mike Hilton. And Mike Hilton gets to this point and realizes, this ball's probably coming out. I can probably get into his vision and tip it. And he does. Mike Hilton tipped that pass. Logan Wilson intercepts it. You see Mike Hilton over there. He's like, got him. That was all me. You get the credit, Mike. We saw it. We've got the film. Watch him come in from the left side. Kind of, once he realizes I'm not going to get there, but I can get into the passing lane. The Bengals covered everything deep. They're going to let the Rams check it down. They're going to come up and make a tackle. Sack again. Trey Hendrickson again. We got blackout Trey here. This is when he doesn't care, man. This is when he's just ripping off the edge. 2-point stance now. Double hand swipe. Now run that arc. Cut that corner. Yes, sir. That's what it looks like. Man, playing with a lead. He's winning about 30% of his pass rushes this year. 1 out of every 3, he's beating the guy in front of him. That is an extremely high rate. He had a monster game. They're scraping Matt Stafford off the turf still. 6 sacks for this Bengals defense, most in a Lou Anarumo Bengals defense. And Trey's not done. Again, let's pause it real quick. Because the Bengals just have all these guys playing deep here. And they're just not, they're like, yeah, throw it short. 3rd and 18. When you can get these second down stops or penalties, sacks on second down, you might as well just turn the center around and snap it to the defense. You might as well punt it on 3rd down because it is so hard to get a 3rd and 18 plus when your O-line is this bad. We've seen it. We've been there. But man, Hendrickson splits those 2 guys. BJ Hill coming around the outside, stays with them, closes on the quarterback. Team effort. They thought the play may have, if you weren't watching, they thought maybe Stafford got rid of the ball before his knee went down. And so the rest of the play continued. But it wasn't. Look at Hendrickson. That's a nightmare for number 9. You see that visor. He looks like Darth Vader coming around there. It's an all-white party, and he's got the black visor on. And then good job by BJ Hill to close. Bengals defense answered the call. They needed it. It's one of my favorite plays of the night. Miles Murphy's in the game. You see him come running in late. He's like, BJ, where am I supposed to be? What am I doing? You're over there. You're running a tackle and stunt, and you got to be the penetrator. You got to be the guy that goes upfield and takes on 2 blockers if you can and allow Sam Hubbard to loop across the back of you and make the sack and get all the glory while you did all the dirty work. Hey, it takes both guys, though. Look at Hubbard, though. Watch how Hubbard, he can't even get through with his motion. Remember, he likes to flex and kind of walk at the crowd after sacks. Watch him. He's like, actually, no, Miles. Hey, Miles, you were supposed to do this. You were supposed to do that. I mean, he's coaching him already. He can't even finish it. He's got to coach the guy. You can get through with your flexing, Sam. Give the people what they want. Hope you enjoyed the film breakdown, offense and defense all into one episode. We had a lot going on today. It's a longer episode than normal. Day later than normal. Not a normal week. Got back from Cincinnati. Flight delayed in Cincinnati. And then at JFK, I am beat, guys, but I stayed up. I finished this. I was cutting film on the plane and at the airport because when you love it, it's not work, but I'm tired like it's work. This has been Bengals on the Brain. I'm Joe Goodberry. The show is brought to you by First Star Logistics, my great partners in Cincinnati who help me take this to new levels every time. I'm excited. I'm rejuvenated. Not that I was losing any, but after it was a fun game. Fun atmosphere. It's a good time. Looks like they're figuring it out slowly. Kind of like last year, the Jets game week 3. Trey Hendrickson took over on defense. The offense started to show signs that they were going to head in the right direction. The X factor is Burrow's health. Maybe talking about it for weeks, months, the rest of the year. It'll be a factor. I don't know where I was ending that.
Dave Lapham here, and every day I am grateful for my experience to have played professional football. As a player, I realized self-motivation, leadership, and appreciating your teammates are key. At First Star Logistics, you can use those same attributes to create the life you want for you and your family. Build your future by working hard like I did. You'll see results both on and off the field. Call First Star Logistics today and be part of our winning team.
Opportunity knocking.